Welcome to the Brisbane Big League at Lang Park, where South's Magpies meet West's Panthers in the 1994 preliminary final. Your commentators, former internationals David Wright and Tony Curry.
Hello and welcome to Suncorp Stadium for the penultimate game of the season. The winner today can go on and play Redcliffe in next week's grand final. The loser, it will be bitter disappointment to get so close and yet so far. There's been nothing between these two sides this season. If you have a look at previous encounters, in the fixture matches, one apiece, and only 2 weeks ago in the major preliminary semi-final we saw West come out on top in that game, even though South dominated possession early in the match. It should be a beauty. I've got Tony Curry with me again. Tony, an ex-Panther, I know what the heart says. What's the mind say?
Well, the mind says the Panther, it goes with the heart as well. But what excites me about today's game, David, is the contrasting styles of both teams. South on one hand, a top defensive side, as the record shows throughout the season. West on the other hand, great backline movement, and they are the top attacking side. I don't know which way it's going to go. My heart says the Panthers. I just hope the man in the middle, Ian Irwin, plays an important role today, and the less we see of him today, I think the better the match will be. My tip, the Panthers, because I'm going with the heart.
The Panthers led out by Craig Bowen. Brett Schultz has gone to fullback in the place of David Mills. Then it's Maguire, Smith, Strutton, Tong. Bowen is the captain at 5'8". Berrigan, Vivian, Green, Redcliffe, Liddell, Little and Seaby. The Magpies led out by Craig Groff. At fullback, Cameron, Siganyavi, McCarthy, Turner, Hill, Hastings and Groff. And in the forwards, Lane, Wakefield, Catton, Deeves, Davis and Adams. Referee for today's game, Ian Irwin. South to start the game. Very important these early minutes for security. Steele Redcliffe brings the ball back out. Almost gets to the 20-metre line. And of course, Tony, Peter Nocon, who's played such an important part for South right up to the final series, once again failed to take his place in the side.
Yes, David, unfortunate for South, but very fortunate that it is his second week out, and they've got a bit of a combination there. I think it's a tried and tested combination, and that'll serve them well in this semi-final.
Good kick this one from Little, puts Cameron back down onto his 10-metre line, and a good chase from West. Strutton there, so's Vivian. Crunched heavily to the ground. Siganyavi moves from the blindside wing to take 10 metres and does well to struggle forward. Let's have a look at how these two sides have fared in their points for and against for the season. We've got the best defensive side in the competition, South, at 341, playing the best attacking side, West. And that should give us a formula for a great match. South now with a steady 6. Hastings knocks the ball downfield. Doesn't get a lot of roll on it. Pretty easily picked up there by Brett Schultz. Very tidy start so far. Let's have a look what else happened today. And these are sides getting into the grand final. West Colts side have got in front of Norse, who are actually minor premiers. So Norse have failed to make the grand final. The Panthers have done well. And in reserves, Norse 22, South 6. And in that situation, Norse have come from 5th spot. So a good and bad day for the Devils. They've got one side in. South are trying to get their first side in there. West have got the Colts in. And they're all up against Redcliffe next week. Sam Smith still inside his own half. That's the 5th tackle. Nothing to work with here. Johnny Little didn't have no room at all to come out of that blind side, but did well. So did Cameron, just to make sure he got a hold of the ball before it went over the touch line. Peter Dees very slow to come back into position, the front row for South. He copped a knock in the face. Siganyavi does well off the right foot to take another 15 metres upfield. Catton. No way through. Vivian there, strong on the top with Redcliffe underneath. Davis once again, he made plenty of metres out of the dummy half. And he's got Steele Redcliffe for inside the 10. Never at any stage did he get back or mark up. Groff to feed. Goes the open side. Well covered there by Schultz, standing up very flat.
There they go again, David. West a mile offside in that next ruck after the scrum.
South decided to hit back on this blind side exactly where the scrum had been packed, and that was through Adams. Mark Lane can't get through a good, strong defensive hit by Brett Green, assisted by Liddell. Davis. Little ball here up for Catton.
That was good defence by Strutton. Reading the play, they had the dummy runner coming in. He came straight in on Catton.
Hastings at dummy half. Groff a little bit slow this from South. Wakefield trying to get through, pops the ball back. Another nice little interchange. This Davis comes through. Good tackle there. Back to Captain. Over the top. The ball's been touched. That'll be 6 to go. Knocked forward by West now. Knocked forward by West. Good passage of play by South to come up the middle with short passing.
Yeah, nothing much going, but they're just so big and strong, these South players. They got the unload away. Stratton got a hand to it. Maguire cleans it up, but it's knock-on resulting.
Great chance for the Magpies as Groff puts it in. Could be one against the free though. West working hard, but it just screws the scrum. South still get the ball. This time to McCarthy. He goes forward. Turner wants it quickly on the right. Thinks there's an opportunity out there. Dees wraps well. He's come out of that scrum to look for work.
I'll tell you what, Brett Green's got out of that scrum nice and quick and made that second tackle.
Davis the dummy half. This time Lane, I think it is, can't get within 5 metres of the line. Davis again, little play here with Adams. He's a big man.
Oh, look at that.
He might be big, but when two big men hit you, there's only one way to go, and that's backwards. Groff out through Hastings, good back line. This comes back on the inside. Turner, he likes to straighten it, fires the ball up. Wakefield's wrapped up well also by Schultz. Chances I thought were on the right. Groff looks for the in-goal area. He's done well this time. It'll try. Great stuff. That's Catton. He's in, I'd say. Tony Catton following through a kick there from Craig Groff. They put enormous pressure on South. The build-up has been good. As a last resort, they can't get through, so what do? Put the little grubber kick through. Let's have a look. Groff. No better player to do this. He just sits it in the in-goal. He had to go a little bit earlier and went over the dead ball line. Catton through nicely. Interesting to see on the next replay to make sure Catton was onside.
Well, have a look at Brett Schultz. He's the fullback. He should be at home behind the second line. He's chasing the tackle there on Groff. Vivian's just got no pace there, and Catton just goes past him for an easy try.
Tony Catton only 4 tries this year for 16 points. But what an important 4-pointer that was. Chris Hastings, left foot. No problems. 6-0 the Magpies after 14 minutes.
Well, David, you can't bet experience. Craig Groff commits Brett Schultz. He knows he's the fullback. It goes in there. It's a 50-50 proposition. Either 6 points or the ball back. They get 6 points. Fantastic work, the Magpies.
Groff puts it nicely into the second row. Takes it out straight away. McCarthy comes back on the inside. Tony, you said it a number of times how South like to continually come back on that inside. Ooh, poor play the ball. Scrappy play this from the Magpies.
Oh, it's another big hit from Liddell. And also to counteract that, I've just noticed the West defensive line is nice and short. The centre's pushing everyone in, which means more men in a small amount of area, less spaces for the South forwards to come through.
Jason Adams, who's had a good semi-final series. I'm impressed with this big prop. Deeves there. Oh, he's knocked Seaby down. No, it's not Seaby. He's out cold, I think. The referee must stop this game. He hasn't moved. Little turns him on his side as the play goes on. Irwin looks back to him. He's not well. Good work from Johnny Little and a couple of other players to rush over there. Could be David Liddell.
It is David Liddell. He's come good now. He doesn't know where he is. Looks like he's collected Deeves' knee. Oh, there it is. A hip bone on the side of the head, the temple area, and he's out instantly.
That's the restart. About the third tackle, I would think, of this set of 6. Deeves brings it forward again. No, that was the 4th, and now this is the 5th. So the Magpies will be forced to kick. Hastings again, interestingly, goes to the air. Schultz was safe last time.
A great take.
And he's got South for knocking it forward, and therefore a restart. That's Bowen out of the dummy half position. Interesting there, Tony, that Hastings has gone to the air there a couple of times, trying to put pressure on, but Schultz has done well.
Oh, yeah, he's a great taker of the high ball. There's a good unload by Seaby.
That's what big Mick Seaby's got to do. He must, when he's out in midfield like that, get the hands free. He's big enough and strong enough and try and offload. Good tackle, that one on Brett Green by Davis. This time Berrigan the dummy to Vivian. Vivian's lost it. And forward. A couple of errors now just creeping into the game.
Yeah, great defence by Souths. West going wide, Vivian getting the ball. Looks like Lane in the tackle, and the ball just comes out. That's a knock-on.
Groff to feed the scrum. Siganyavi off the blind side wing. Groff again, this time to Lane. Nowhere to go with West defence moving up well. This time back the blind side. Jason Adams, oh, poor pass, no one. Really did not look where that pass was going to go. Strutton picked it up gleefully. Just a couple of errors now creeping in, and in this sort of match you can ill afford it. Green fires it out the back. Bowen tries to step. Groff gets a hold of him. So does Turner. Berrigan decides to come across the back of the ruck. Seavey this time charging forward.
That's a good run. That's what Berrigan has to do a lot more. He has to go across and pick the big forwards up instead of them coming back to the ruck to ruck it forward 10 metres. That takes a lot of sting out of them.
Shane Vivian, gee, does that well, where he just straightens that sliding defence and then looks back on the inside to offload. Berrigan, they're very flat here, West. They look to be too flat to me.
Oh.
There's a chance on the outside, though. They've got through. Back on the inside to Brett Green. Back again to Fuller. Fuller looks for support. Well, having said they were flat, they still got it to the outside. Little, he decides to put the little kick in. Poor kick though, Turner's knocked it on. Great chance here now for the Panthers with 16 minutes to go up to half-time.
Well, this is pressure. Johnny Little getting a great little grubber, but Turner, he knows that if he misses the ball, Tong's in for a try, and he muffs the opportunity.
Berrigan to feed. Schultz has come onto the blind side. Vivian works the blind side. Decides, though, that Catton, I think it is, has broken too quickly.
I think I'll take the tap.
CB gets it right to midfield and right under the sticks.
Well, there's plenty of room out wide.
Bowen doesn't need much room either, but not enough for him.
He could have got his arms loose then. Schultz was straight through the gap. It would have been a try.
Berrigan, there's the intercept. Floyd Hill loves those, but just couldn't handle. Floydie Hill, he's a master.
Oh, he does them all the time. If it comes off, he's under the sticks. Appearing out of nowhere.
Panthers to feed, only 10 metres out. Vivian this time takes it off the back and goes to the open. Big hit that by McCarthy. This time Bowen to Smith. Again the defence coming up very quickly. Back to Bowen though. Bowen has got much room. That's enough for Craig Bowen. The little pop back pass. Graham Strutton, I think it was, who got the pass away. West have had a couple of chances off the back of the scrum. We saw Vivian initially. Might have been Sam Smith who offloaded that ball. This time Bowen. Sam Smith gets to that defensive line, then just pops it back. Bowen looping, holds the ball up. The defence holds off. That was their mistake. Craig Bowen with the pace to get in the corner. Bowen 16 tries this year. He's got West back in the match. Mark Maguire has missed with both attempts. One was a sitter. This one a tough one. To see if he can square it up. Maguire hits it nicely. Has it got enough legs? No, hits the upright. The score 6-4, 13 minutes to go up to half-time in favour of the Magpies.
Well, the South defence, they know Sam Smith is a big runner, big centre, can't get the ball free. So they come in there. Turner comes in off his centre position, and that's what creates a gap. And Bowen goes through. He's got plenty of speed. 6-4.
That's Fuller. Mick Seavey has a trainer out there with him. He's carrying his left arm. Looks to be in a bit of trouble. Green this time. Comes forward nicely, offloads beautifully to Steele Redcliffe.
Oh, inside to Maguire, it was on.
He thought about it and thought no. Berrigan this time with room to move out here. Strutton tries to step on the inside, loses the ball. Picked up by Turner.
Great defence, Tony Catton coming over the top of Strutton. He is a dangerous player, forcing the error.
Lane, West up very quickly. One of the Magpies down injured this time. Deeves. Jason Adams, I think it is, who's getting attention for South. McCarthy comes forward. Groff wants it. Cuts out one. Catton up to play it. Groff up very flat, tries that little kick. Tong tries to get back forward. Darwin's on. Beautifully taken with Gavin Darwin bearing down on him. Darwin's on as that replacement makes the second tackle on Brett Schultz. Brett Green. Brent Vincent also on for the Magpies. Unlimited interchange in Brisbane club football. Vivian trying to get those hands free, but 3 tacklers in there to make sure he can't offload the ball. This time Fuller.
Oh, good run, getting in behind the play the ball area. South player slow to react.
That's the 5th tackle, and it made it a lot easier this time for Johnny Little to make that kick out of dummy half, because that previous tackle was a good one.
Once you make a bust, the South defence are going backwards. Johnny Little's job's made all that more easier to find touch.
Groff puts it in. Scrum collapses, but Irwin's not bothered. That's Darwin. Tries to get away and does bump away from 1-2. He's left, I think, Bowen on the ground.
It looked like a clash of heads.
Little dummy play there, picked up McCarthy. Well read there by Steele Redcliffe. Bowen's back in play. He's okay. Just stunned for a moment. Wakefield brushes out of one.
That's the benefit of that congested defence of Western Suburbs. They brush past one defender, but there's another one not only half a metre away, and they make the tackle.
Good pass, this one up to Darwin. Looks for Siganyavi. Comes back on the inside. The big fellow, has he got enough pace? Brett Schultz looks like he's cruising. He wouldn't want to cruise too much longer. Siganyavi, what a great try. And the dive to finish it. Beautiful play this by South down this left-hand side. Darwin was put into open space. I thought Brett Schultz looked to have Siganyavi covered. 10-4 now the Magpies lead. But Siganyavi, he just seemed to go faster and faster. Let's have a look. Not much on the blind side, although that west defensive line's fairly thin. The pass out, that's Darwin. He does well to draw one, puts it out to Siganyavi, cuts back. Tong couldn't handle that step. And then I thought Brett Schultz had him covered. But no way. Siganyavi, pedal to the metal. Away he goes, and the dive. Finishes it off. Tong too late. The Magpies in for their second.
Well, that congested defence, they did it well. Darwin does the right thing here, takes the west defence, gets the ball now, comes forward, draws Tong. Tong's in no man's land. Siganyavi inside him now. It's a foot race. He's got plenty of space. Siganyavi, I don't think he's seen this much territory, and he loves it. Look at him striding out there. He's got a bad knee, but it doesn't make any effect. Schultz is no slouch, and he goes through the tackle. 7 minutes to go, and South have got a handy lead in this first half.
Chris Hastings attempting to get the lead out to 8 points. He's pushed it to the right. Just missed. 10-4. 6.5 minutes to go up to half-time.
Well, if South's attacking record isn't as good as West, let's have a look at this. Is that Lane? Out he goes. Picks up Darwin. Darwin does well. Just draws, just right. Yes, let the ball do the work, son, and away he goes. Siganyavi, look at him stretch out. Schultz looked to have him covered, but the extra bit of pace Siganyavi put on, just got the angle on him, and he takes it around. What a try.
Restart by Maguire. Groff covers it nicely. That's McCarthy in support, but he won't get to the 20-metre line, I wouldn't think. Redcliffe. Powerhouse defence from Steele Redcliffe. And that was that powerful that's really knocked McCarthy around. This is Brent Vincent.
Cameron Roper on the field for Western Suburbs.
Good bumping run this. Deves.
David, I've been really impressed with Deves. He takes a lot of hitting, but he bounces back. He's got a good swivel and a good turn.
A very good technique there, the way he can just get away from those tackles, and he doesn't mind the work rate either. He's prepared to put it in.
Certainly.
Groff. Wasted tackle that by South, but they'd be happy enough with this field position. Hastings, a little dummy to hold the defence for a moment. I think he just wasted his own time. Not a strong kick. Tong picks it up without any trouble and does well to offload to Berrigan. South ultimately make the tackle. 5 minutes up to half-time. 10-4. Seaby only just gets over the advantage line. South realising the importance of wrapping him up. Had 3 in there to make the tackle. Brett Green pops it out the back.
Plenty of Magpie defence. They're still getting the second phase West, but there's plenty of Magpies turning up in defence.
Berrigan, Fuller, Strutton, nothing on, although he had Schultz lurking on the outside. Fuller's gone to dummy half. There's Berrigan. Just a little bit of disorganisation.
Just didn't have the options there for him that time.
That's the 5th. This time to Redcliffe to do the kicking. Puts up a high ball for a bit of variation. Under it is Cameron, and he takes it well.
Well, it was high enough. I don't think the Western Suburbs attackers could get through there in time. A little bit lax.
Actually, it was a poor 6 for them, really, Tony. They just seem to lose the plot a bit there.
That's right. Speculator kick went up from Steel Redcliffe. We don't see him do those.
That's Jason Hughes on the field there now. No, Mark Rockley. Unlimited interchange. This is Floyd Hill trying to get out of the dummy half. Well done there by Little. That's the 5th tackle. Hastings this time. Bit more power, but still straight to Schultz. Terrible kicking.
Well, they had a bit of pressure from Johnny Little coming out from dummy half. Oh,
here's Schultz. Rockley couldn't go with him, so West straight back on the attack because they took that ball on the full. It allows you to get back on the front foot.
Schultz is one of those runners that look like they just glide across the ground, a minimum of fuss, plenty of speed.
Berrigan to Fuller, to Smith. Here's a chance, the little gap on the outside, back inside to Fuller. Fuller, can he get a hand free? Strong run, fuzzy to next to the post. What a great try from West. They've answered their supporters. They will get this back surely now to 10-all at half-time. It's 10-8 now. What a great try. It all came from a poor kick downfield, I believe, by Hastings, and then got West on the front foot. This exciting back line. Smith decides not to use his mate Strutton this time. Back to Fuller. Fuller does well to brush through a few, and then a beautiful round the corner pass to Berrigan. Backed up beautifully on the inside, right beside the post.
Well, the pass from Sam Smith. South defence sliding like 100 mile an hour. Freight train going across, flicks it back inside. They all overrun it. Fuller makes sail for the line. Great bumping run and an inside ball to Berrigan. Look, he knows the way to the try line. Nice and low. No risk about that. That'll be 4 points.
Mark Maguire trying to make it his first goal of the day to try and make it 10-all. This time, 10 points all. 2 minutes to go up to half-time. Great first half.
Okay, this try is set up by a great take by Brett Schultz. He took it nice and early, the ball, and a great run. This is just the end result of it. Sammy Smith inside back to Fuller. Fuller takes on the defence. He goes 100 mile an. There's the big bump there, and an inside, and who's backing up? The ever-present Barry Berrigan.
Restart now by West. Only a bit over a minute to go. Roper brings the ball back to the 20-metre line and outside it. Good 6. Oh, no, that's the last thing they wanted. They're going to get away with it, though. Very fortunate there, the loose pass. They just want to use this 6 now, nothing silly. And so they're still going to have to get a kick on the end of it to give South one last shot. Kicking early and a charge down, that'll be 6 to go. Little gets a hold of it. And he's going to be slow to his feet.
Well, they'll want to wind the clock down now. I just thought back there when they had a pass out there, Graham Strutton coming 100 mile an hour. I mean, he's a centre. He hasn't touched the ball much this half, but that is not the time to come in.
Very dangerous, and I just wonder, Tony, kicking so early in that tackle count too, that could have been disastrous. They were still only just 30 metres out.
Oh, they're kicking early again.
Well, they certainly think they want to just play it down the other end no matter what. Let's have a look. Only 20 seconds now up to half-time. South with probably a couple of tackles. Siganyavi will go to dummy half. Groff looks on the outside. There's not a lot of players out wide. Darwin just picks that up. Oh, that could have been dangerous had that one spilt out. Surely that now is the half-time. That's Deves. Right on the halfway line. I'm sure South now will take this. They won't want to chance it too much, or will they?
They're going to run it.
Hastings looks on the outside, comes back on the inside, brushes out at one, but decides that'll do us. 10-all at half-time. Great first half. Nothing in the match, 10-all, and when you have a look at the statistics, there's nothing in that either. Tackles very close, errors similar, perhaps a slight advantage for the Panthers there in penalties 4-1. Metres gained, West, that's interesting, they've got another 100 metres up there. Time in possession, very close. One of the few stats, though, that is in favour of the Panthers is that 52% in the opposition half. They'd be happy with that territorial advantage, but look at that. 12-13 completed sets, line breaks 2 apiece, 12 all kicks in general play, and the important one, 10-all at half-time. West to restart for the second half. We're all locked up at 10 points all. The kick not a strong one, and Tony, we've had a great first half, but if there's one feature that probably hasn't been standout, it's been the kicking in some way that perhaps neither side have really put a lot of pressure on with good kicks.
Exactly right, David, but I think one feature, a big feature, is that referee Ian Irwin, he's hardly been cited, and the game's been free-flowing.
Yeah, well, he's allowed it to keep going, and really we've had a minimum number of penalties in a top-class match. Up the middle comes Captain. Let's have a look at the defensive efforts in the first half as we see South knock that one down into the corner. Wakefield, Lane and Adams, the forwards for South, have done their job. And once again, Redcliffe doing his job and a little bit more. 17 tackles in the first half. Little and Green on the sheet as well. West coach Brad Price on the sideline. Brad, you'd have to be happy with the way the boys have come back. They've trailed a couple of times but got back to 10 all.
Yeah, mate, they've had to dig deep a few times, and they've done that quite well. I just hope we can go on with it now.
And one of the stats, Brad, actually, the stats are almost even all the way across the board. The one that you seem to have a bit of an advantage in is your time in the opposition half. You have had a better territorial game than South.
Yeah, man, I think that's probably as a result of the breeze. It's pretty blowy out here, and I think that might change in the second half.
Brad, I like the variation with the big bloke Mick Seavey. Is that something you practice this week? He's got, you've had him with a double round. Why is that, mate?
Well, mate, he does it at training all week, and then when he gets to the game, he doesn't do it. So we talked about it, and we decided that we did train to play the way we train. So hopefully, those sort of things will keep going. I'm very happy with the way Mick's playing, actually.
And Brad, just to finish up, how's David Liddell?
Mate, he's right to go back into the game. The doctor's given us the all clear, so maybe he'll be back a bit later on.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Tough.
South coming back on the attack. Looks like still Redcliffe down on the halfway line. He hasn't moved after that break. This time Vincent coming forward. Big, strong hit over the top. Seavey.
That's the type of defence you need when you're in your own quarter.
Fuller there to make the tackle as well. McCarthy at dummy half. Groff calling the shots. Irwin had called one of the West players out of play, and Groff decided to go back on the inside. He may have been better to run at that player out of play. This is the fifth tackle.
They're going to
Hastings turns it back. Vincent fires the ball up. Smith there. Good defence, good chasing by Sam Smith. He really had to make sure he kept after it. Once the ball had gone past him, he wasn't going to give up, even though the try line was close.
Well, it was fifth and last tackle. I don't think Brett Vincent had any other choice but to throw this. He's going to ground. Anyone could have got that. It could have been a Magpie hand. But no, it was just very fortunate for Western Suburbs. Sam Smith was on at call.
Johnny Little out of the dummy half position. Rockley, I think it was, who made the tackle. Seavey now charges forward. And a quick play the ball to go with it. Allows Little to come out of that dummy half and get a good kick away this time. Anytime he can get it over the fullback's head, not the ideal bounce for him. Cameron picks it up. The referee, you may have heard, called on now, signifying that those players who were in front of the kicker could now then take part in the defensive play. Siganyabi scored a try in the first half, almost came through.
Well, Brett Green very guilty of going for the big hit there, not even coming up with the tackle.
Deves now getting forward. South seemed to have a bit of momentum in the second half. Chris, the boys played it well in the first half, but just on a couple of occasions let West get back in with those points.
Oh yeah, mate, it was disappointing. Our defence sort of fell asleep a couple of times, mate, which has been our strong point. And hopefully we had a bit of a chat about it at half-time. Hopefully it won't happen again.
Chris, the Magpies are really holding their sets of six, so even though they're not getting that kick away as good as you would like because of the pressure, are you happy with that? Is that the way to go in the second half?
Oh yeah, mate, yeah, that's, I think the way to go is, we got to hold the sixes. Mate, West are a very good side, mate, and we just got to hold the sixes and keep the field position, mate. We got the breeze behind us now, so hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Chris, one of the pluses, the boys have offloaded some good little passes as we just watched this little bit of an eruption
here.
Here.
A bit of a headbutt there.
I'll come back in a sec here, Chris. We've got a little bit of action on, but having said that, you must have been happy with the way the boys have been able to stand in a few tackles and offload.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah, that's that's the trick, keeping the ball alive, and if we can sort of get them to run out of numbers, so we. Mate, we just got to make sure we do it now for the next 40 minutes.
Okay, well, it's been a strong start by the Magpies in the second half. Let's see if they can keep it going. Penalty going to the Magpies after that little bit of fisticuffs.
We're just going to have a look at this, David. To me, Sam Smith tackled on suspicion, but Darwin gets up, and I'm thinking, look at this. There is a headbutt. if I haven't seen one, that is a headbutt. Very dangerous.
Well, South actually got the penalty out of that, so they've got it both ways, and with a chance now to go straight on the attack. Pass up to Deeds. Gets inside that 10-metre zone. Davis to dummy half. Groff. Hastings. Lane. They seem to be moving the ruck around a bit, South. It'll be interesting to see what their big play is. Vincent, the big play going straight ahead.
Oh,
He stole it, surely. Definitely stolen. Another penalty to the Magpies.
Vincent just coming in. Yeah, Vivian, they're wreathing out the ball. I mean, couldn't do much about that, Shane, but it's a penalty, son.
Chris Hastings trying to put the Magpies in front. Hits it, pushed it a touch. 10-all. 8 minutes into the second half. Davis, Groff, Hastings.
Oh, good work, good work.
Great defence, and popped it out the back though, Cameron.
Big driving tackle by Seavey to no avail. He got the ball loose.
That's the 5th tackle. Groff, this time the chip to the right-hand side. Maguire's got it pretty well covered. Floyd Hill has him pretty well covered.
Oh, they've been great competitors all through the season, Maguire and Floydie Hill.
Sam Smith can't get away from the markers. Hughes was one of them. Both sides now realising that it's the game is there for the taking. You cannot afford an error now. They're both just going at one another. The defence has gone up a gear. Can't afford to leave a gap. Steele Redcliffe. That's the 5th. They've only got to the 30-metre line. This has been a good defensive 6 for South. Cameron will eat that one for breakfast.
Yet again, not a bad, a poor kick from John Little, but plenty of pressure from the Souths players at the dummy half area.
Redcliffe won't let him up, surely. Silly play that from Steele Redcliffe.
Well, this will be an interesting one. It's not in Steele's makeup to give away these penalties. I mean, it looks like he's got a headlock, but he's trying to get up. No, I think, Steele, you're at fault there, son.
Great chance this for South to go deep on the attack. Siginyavi slow to pick up the ball. Finally gets it to Davis.
There it is.
Siginyavi, that's why he was slow.
That's the best move in rugby league. Winger in.
He thought they might have changed their mind if he took long enough to get the ball.
Especially with Big Mick Seavey there waiting for you.
Groff, this time out to Jason Adams. Davis has gone to dummy half, as is his role. Rockley just setting for a play. I'd say they've got the whole side now set back to the left. That's 3 rucks that have come to the right. Let's see what the Magpies can do. The West defence is still in good position as well. Oh, McCarthy only had to get a hold of it there. Strutton. Oh, pass out to Tong. He loves to beat them on the outside, but can't get around. The chance had been created there from South, but the ball just couldn't go to McCarthy's hand.
Yes, West read that situation very well. They held their line, and South had the move go, but it just unfolded about 5 yards before the line. So very good work from Western Suburbs.
Little this time comes out of dummy half. Irwin had called Adams offside, and therefore he had to get out of play. Oh, Bowen's let this one go behind him. That'll be play on. Tong decides not to run himself, and yet I think that was what he should have done. If these players are onside, it could be interesting. Just gone into touch. Groff looks like he wants Floyd Hill to come in from the blind side, and he does. Hill acknowledges his captain and beats that first attempted tackle by Sam Smith. Can't beat Redcliffe though in cover defence. Groff this time wraps it, gives it to McCarthy. McCarthy straightens, Bowen just gets a hold of him. They'll come back this way. Adams.
It's been a great battle this second half, but I would have to say that South have got the advantage in territory.
Here's Vincent, pops the ball back, finds Davis. Davis up to Adams. Adams has got a little bit of room, brushes off one, passed early, I thought. McCarthy couldn't spot it. The ball popped back and fell between his legs. Just felt the pass was a bit early, could have gone a bit further.
Look. Well, it looked to me like Adams was in the gap. Should have sighted the line and went for it.
Yeah, McCarthy having a few words to say.
Just a little bit earlier than that. Adams passes a little bit quickly, but there's a spilt ball. McCarthy compounds the error by, or it's Hastings that makes the the ball and play the ball infringement.
The Panthers off the hook. Big Mick Seavey now charging back up midfield. Here's Brett Green. He's ready to do his next roll. 2 10-metre rucks from the Panthers. They haven't had many chances in the last 10 minutes. Here's one of them. Berrigan, the dummy. Oh, had he thrown it back to Vivian, I think the gap was there. Tong. That's number 4. Little, the dummy half. To Bowen. Little kick in behind. Bowens can't quite get there in time. Good cleaning up there by South.
That was good work by Craig Bowen. Nothing going. Put the little kick in behind. Followed it up with a great tackle. Now Souths are under pressure to get it out of their own half.
Jason Hughes. Oh, the intercept. Tong. He said, thank you. I'll take it. Peter Tong. South chancing their arm inside their own territory. Jason Hughes, I think, looking on the outside for Siganyavi. Had he got it to him, it could have been 4 points the other end. Peter Tong, outnumbered, but made sure he got in between the pass. There's the long ball out. Jason Hughes tries to get on the outside. Tong in between Siganyavi and the pass. Pretty easy for Peter Tong, but he did well to position himself.
Yeah, what more could he do? Tong got in there, got the hand to it, picked the ball up, but Jason Hughes, I mean, he must be digging a hole and hiding himself inside.
Peter Tong, 16 tries this season. This one he got from the opposition. Mark Maguire attempting to extend the lead. He's only kicked 1 from 4. There's the shot of it. Around the corner. Hits it, looks pretty good. 16-10 with 20 minutes to go in favour of the Panthers.
Well, this is not in South's makeup. They haven't done this all year, trying to attack from their own 20-metre zone, and they pay the price. Chris Phelan will be having nightmares about that. Tong gets in between. I mean, it could have been either way, but it just isn't the right option when you're under pressure like that.
South restart quickly. Deep kick downfield. I think it's Fuller who's taken it right near the dead ball line. Crunched.
Brick wall.
South realised they've got to go for broke now. They're down by 6 points. This is for the right to get into the grand final. West, the defending premiers, would love to get back in there again. They've won premierships back-to-back. Brett Green.
Certainly has given the Panthers a new lease of life, that try.
Johnny Little kicks again, finds Cameron. Cameron gets it 5 metres from the halfway line. Davis, the dummy, decides a little run. Maguire read it nicely. Confronted him straight out of the marker position. A little bit of one out this from South now. They're in midfield. They don't need to settle. Now a little play, but nothing comes of it. Catno does bump out of one. Surely now the chance to use their back line. But West's really in good defensive position. They haven't been moved around. Hastings decides the dummy's on. Tries to brush through. Good cover defence from Little. Also assisted by Redcliffe. That's the 5th. Groff decides the little chip. It's not deep enough. Vivian reads it nicely.
The idea was okay. The execution not 100%.
West now to do the hard work to get it outside their own territory. They won't want to make the same mistake South did, and that is give away possession deep inside their own territory. You don't go into your shell here, but you certainly make sure there's nothing silly.
He's gone.
Schultz, very quick, straight up the middle. Brett Schultz, he's got support from Berrigan. Berrigan just can't find, he's been knocked down. Berrigan, Schultz looks for support, finds Tong. Tong's back in traffic. Quick play the ball on the 5th tackle. Bowen would love it out here.
They've got to go left.
And they find Bowen. Souths are offside, surely. Finds Smith, here's a chance. Oh, Maguire should have stayed where he was. I think Sam Smith had done everything right. He'd stepped in a touch. All he wanted, and he'd done that, he'd held the defence. He wanted Maguire to stay on the touchline.
Yeah, tricky situation, David. Sammy Smith looking like he's going to call Maguire inside, but no, Maguire should have been down the left-hand side.
You'd have to think they'll score from this, West. They've had plenty of chances. They go to the blind side. Strutton is good on his feet. Can't get away from Adams, though. Or Hughes it was. Followed up there by Groff. West now just taking it toward the line. They realise They don't need anything silly. They lead by 6 points.
Well, I do know they've worked for field goal position all week.
Berrigan up to Seaby. Lumbers forward. And backslammed. Little fires it out to Green. Green tries the little step. South's defence is good. That's only the 4th. Berrigan on the left. Little goes across, throws the dummy, crawls toward the try line. That's the 5th now. They try and run it. Held the pass up nicely to Maguire. Picked it up beautifully. No try. He's decided it's been knocked on in the field of play as he tried to pick it up. As they chance their arm on the 5th.
What about the skills involved here? The ball is under pressure. Maguire knows the sideline's there. Picks the ball up. A little knock on here now and sees, but great skills.
Well, West back their ability there to try and score the winning try. They didn't come up with it. Only 10 minutes now to go in the match. Adams brings it forward. Good tackle from Berrigan. 16-10, 10 minutes to go. Have South got enough left in them? That's Wakefield. They're 80 metres out from the try line. Groff, Hastings, the long ball out to Hughes. Tries to get around Strutton and he cleans him up pretty comfortably. Siganyavi, nowhere to go there. The West defence has been good. They only allow them 30 metres and that's the 5th tackle. Hastings, again, this time has he got it over Schultz's head? Yes, he has. Much better kick. Let's see the difference that makes. South coming up in a straight line. Schultz can't get past the first one. Much better kick. Must get it in behind the receiver. Vivian.
Strong defence, that's the order of the day for the Magpies up in the West 20. They've got to have some great defence here. Maybe a ball coming loose, and then they're back in it.
That's Brett Green. Berrigan calling the shots on the right. Out to Seaby. Good run, this one from Mick Seaby.
I think he's been dynamic all day, David.
Had a terrific game, Seaby. He's been used well by Brad Price in stops and starts and made sure he's kept up his... here's a chance now. Here's Vivian. On the inside, Smith into open spaces. Berrigan coming on his right. Smith runs away. That's a terrible pass. He's going to get away with it, though. But absolutely to nobody by Sam Smith. That's the 5th tackle. Groff in there to make the tackle. Berrigan looks for support. Little field goal. That looks good. It's over. 17 points to 10. Johnny Little. I've said it's been a poor kicking game all day. Johnny Little says, I'll show you how I can drop kick from right in front. 17-10, 8 minutes to go.
Oh, fantastic work. Johnny Little, nothing doing. 30-metre shot. Didn't even look like missing. South's an old uphill battle now to get this one.
Take a miracle for the Magpies, but they're still in it. They'll need points in the next couple of minutes. Roper. Shoulder charge. Vincent, he won't get up from it. He's had an injured shoulder.
Oh, he's a pocket dynamo, Roper. He's hurt too, but
he's in trouble.
He's a tough little nut.
Stacks on the mill. Vincent's not up yet, so they're down to 12 men now. South. Brett Green charges forward. Strutting out a dummy half, very dangerous. Gets to the 40-metre line. Another good 6 here from West. Their error rate in the second half has been very low, and that's made a difference. Vivian looked for support, no one near him, so he decided it's worth the tackle. Berrigan the kick. Off the side of the boot. Cameron will get this one.
There's a good chase coming through from the Panthers. Nice line. Berrigan the first man there.
Brent Vincent still down. Hasn't moved. The trainer hasn't called for assistance from the referee to stop the game. And I think he probably, yes, he's calling now. Touch judge on. Teamwork here now from the officials to warn the referee. Brett Vincent's in trouble. 7 points in at 6 minutes to go. West appear to be marching to their 3rd consecutive grand final. Actually, it'll be their 4th consecutive. They won 2 in a row. Back on the inside. This time Liddell, and he copped a heavy knock in the first half, but he's come back to play his part as well. Here's Seaby.
Oh, look at that.
The big man.
Not only that, he gets up and plays the ball very quickly for a big guy.
Yeah, had a first-class match. Brett Green fires the pass up. Little, could have been a high shot. Johnny Little, it doesn't worry him at the moment. He can see grand final day coming up. Berrigan, Fuller on the inside to Redcliffe. Well read though by the South defence. That's the 5th. They'll look for the in-goal area, I would think. Johnny Little, the bomb. Pressure. Turner doesn't go up, but he takes it well. 5 minutes to go. South with the faintest hope. They'll need a miracle.
This is when they need the experience of Craig Groff. He's been in these situations before. He knows the options. He'll rally them.
West defence has been very strong today. They've had to come from behind. They trailed 6-0. They then trailed 10-4. This time Jason Hughes, he won't pass it this time. He won't need to. Jason Hughes, Siganyabi on the inside. Tong after him. Tong mowing him down. Up quickly, son, to play the ball. Your side's still a chance to make the grand final. Siganyabi fires the ball up. Mark Lane must keep it alive.
Tackle.
There's the 5th tackle. They must run it.
Well, they've got no fullback at home. Schultz made that tackle.
Straight up the middle goes Davis. Fires the ball up. Siganyabi in too much traffic. Must get it away. Can't. West managed to defend their line only 5 metres out after a great raid down field by the Magpies.
Well, I think the Magpies should have made a lot more of that break. I mean, it just goes to show you, David, that I think West are a little bit more desperate at this stage of the match.
Yeah, they had chances. They had West really shot to ribbons. They had to keep the ball alive. They had to get it wide. Instead, went down the middle and really played into the Panthers' hands. 17-10 now. Under 4 minutes to go in favour of the Panthers. That's Strutton. Strutton fires it up to Liddell. Liddell straightens it up. Tries to spin away from a defender. Steele Redcliffe. Johnny Little, the dummy half. He's had a good game too. So's Berrigan.
Oh,
very
ball.
nice little pass. Ran a couple of feet and then moved it on. Vivian's picked it up. Off CB. That's the 5th. Raking kick downfield. Tom decides he'll have a bit of a run. Gets it out wide. Fuller fires that long one over the top. Liddell out to Smithy. He steps inside and finds Maguire. It'll be away. Smith can't get it away. Yes, he can. Liddell's knocked it on.
Well, there was a hand in there. Floyd Hill got a hand of that one. It's a knock on Souths. Sammy Smith should be making more of this. Should have set Maguire up. I mean, I'd hate to be a winger playing outside him today. But there was the touch by Floyd Hill. And West come back with the scrum feed and yet another 6 tackles.
Scrum to pack, 2.5 minutes to go in the match. West now an unassailable lead, 17-10. Fuller, Smith decides to go straight forward.
I'll tell you what, David, David Fuller has come on for Craig Bowen and playing at 5'8". He's had a tremendous match. He's had a great impact into this game. Plenty of skills, and he's really filled in the role of 5'8" capably.
His distribution's been very good. There's Steele Redcliffe taking another one. One of the innumerable rucks he's taken up today. Little to Green, just going through the motions, Wes. Green fires a beautiful one out, as I say, going through the motions, out to Elliott. They're going to try and really nail South here. Fuller, yes! Great stuff. As you say, Tony, he has deserved this. He's played very well, David Fuller. Spotted a chance on the blind side. South's realising now they're no chance to get into a grand final, a position they have coveted so much. Fuller, the quick play the ball. Couple of defenders asleep. He does well, David Fuller, to get across.
Well, if a man can come off the bench, it's David Fuller. He's replaced Craig Bowen. Turner doesn't recover in time. Floyd Hill, not a bad tackle, but not good enough, and he dives over for a try. That sealed the match.
David Fuller has only scored 2 tries this season. He's got a smile on his face, and why wouldn't he be happy? Mark Maguire to try and extend the lead. 21 points to 10, the Panthers lead at the moment. Under a minute to go. We won't even get a chance to restart as Maguire moves in. He's hooked it. It won't matter. They're in the grand final, Wes. They'll come up against Redcliffe next week. And Tony, it's been a fine performance by the Panthers after they trailed a couple of times.
Yeah, fantastic effort here by Farmer. That's his nickname. Like a farmer, he goes down for the dirt and he comes up with the 4 points.
There's the full-time hooter. Ian Irwin says that'll do us for today, fellas. West will be back next week. They'll play Redcliffe in what should be a great grand final. South, well, they've had a good season, but they've just missed out again. The final score, 21 points to 10. There it is for West, Bowen, Berrigan, Tong and Fuller. 4 tries to 2, and that's an indication of their dominance. 10 all it was at half-time. Catton and Siganyavi for South. Hastings only 1 from 3. Maguire 2 from 6. And that very important field goal by Johnny Little to get them out to 17-10. Tony Curry now with the Lang Park Trust, man of the match.
Well, David, plenty of people that could vie for it in that forward pack of West. Shane Vivian, great work rate. Brett Green, restless. Where do you stop? But I'm going to go for the big fella, Michael Seaby, the go-forward man. They needed him today, and he stood up to be counted. He's my man of the match.
Mick, 5 minutes after the game, still puffing a bit.
Yeah, it was pretty quick game. So.
And Brad used the interchange bench. You came off that a couple of times, very effective.
Yeah, it was better today. He left me on a bit longer, so it was good.
And you had to come back. You were 6-0 down at one stage, 10-4 down, so good effort by the boys.
Yeah, it was good. We all hang in there. We knew we could do it, so it was really good.
Redcliffe next week?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Well, good luck. Well done today.
Thanks.
A great game today. I think it'll even be a better game next week. The grand final. The minor premiers Redcliffe up against reigning premiers West.